We're just going to do a quick video on how to open a coconut with a reciprocating saw and turn it into easy, quick coconut milk. Get our coconut and cut the bottom off it so it's nice and stable and easy to cut the rest of it with. Our coconut flat, we want to roughly gauge where the actual nut inside it will be. It's better to go less than more because it's so fast you can literally make another cut. There we have it. So here is where we tip off all the coconut water, where we would normally tip out the coconut water. I've already done that there and meshed it through, but basically, as you can see, that's what the bowl's for. So you would normally just tip it out and then tip it through the fine metal mesh strainer. You can also use a coffee filter if you want to go further from there. And just a little tip, always use a brand new saw blade if you're going to be cutting any foods with it, and then you can clean that off and keep that separate just for cutting your coconuts. They're quite inexpensive and you can buy them in a pack. Okay, so as you can see, we've done one more cut directly. Our coconut was like this. We've done one more cut straight down the center, and that gives us a perfect half. So it's a much quicker this way when you've got half, and it literally takes a couple of seconds for one more cut. And so from here we're going to use our curved coconut tool, which are very cheap. You can get them on eBay and Amazon and places like that. With these, you poke it in basically and leverage the curved blade all the way around, and then that whole half a coconut will pop out just like so, and then you can go on there to blend it and turn it into coconut milk. So we've got size chunks about as big as this that just need to be able to fit inside the blender. I'm just using a cheap little bullet style blender, and basically we're gonna feed all that in and put in an equal amount of the coconut water. So about half, just enough so that it can blend and it's not going to bog down. You'll soon know once it's blending how much is right for you, and it depends on the size of the blender. So now it's come to the point where we have blended all the coconut, poured it into our bowl and strainer. So at this point we would be trying to make at least 2 liters per time. That would be 2 coconuts, and possibly a little bit of filtered water will also help it. So here you can see I've got it in the strainer, and it is quite thick still. So I'm helping it along a little bit by just turning it over and running it around the edges. You can see the coconuts actually, the coconut meat's getting drier and allowing more of that to actually go through the strainer. So each time that you see I run it around, the drips get a little bit faster, and so yeah, running it around until you've got a nice dry amount of coconut meat left over, and hopefully up to about 2 liters of coconut milk in here, depending on how much water you might have added or how creamy you want it. This is definitely much tastier because it's fresh, and so I find I need it not so thick. You can add quite a lot of water and it still tastes fantastic. So I'd say coconut milk bought from the shop is only about 50% of what this is. So that gives you a bit of an idea how much you can thin it out, whether you've got different tastes or not. And then from there, we've got a French press, and we can store it in the fridge in the French press. And then from there, it's just straight into a fresh cup of coffee. Delicious.